I want to take you on a journey that my inexperienced squad had. So these chaps over here, they're inexperienced. They started the game pretty much over here, right, Nabil?
Yeah, they started in this building.
Oh yeah, they were in this building.
They started in this building.
And then
they
ran across and occupied that building.
to this building.
Then they were assaulted by some
Airborne. Yep.
6 airborne against the 10 inexperienced, and the 10 inexperienced repelled that assault and won. Then they exchanged fire over here for a bit.
Yep.
Then they popped out the building and they cleared a medium machine gun that was over there.
Which was here. Yep.
So they came to over there. Then from that position, they ran around, and my idea was to try and draw his fire from these positions and slow him down. Effectively, what I want you to do, Nabil, was not move here.
Right.
I want you to spend time shooting at the inexperienced guys who were there, and then I went across and I occupied the center of the table, the objective, which is this knocked out Kubelwagen.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So speaking about these guys who who ended up here at the end of the turn, they started off around this area, getting shot at by this sniper here. They then soaked up a ton of pins in this building.
Yeah, I think I was even trying to mortar them, right?
Yeah. So mortars were raining down. They were like getting like heavy rifle fire, but the last turn, they popped out to these sandbags and then ran over to try and get the Kubelwagen. Yeah, so kudos to those guys.
Okay. Right, so Nabil and I have just had another, I think our third third game of ball to action in the last month, and another 500-point game.
Yep.
I must say, I'm thoroughly enjoying the 500 points.
Yeah. It's very tactically challenging.
Yeah. So in this game, I was the defender, and Nabil had to attack. So I had to put two units on the table near the objective, within 6 inches of the objective, and then Nabil could come on pretty much from anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
You could actually deploy.
Yeah, I could deploy
as long as
anywhere.
it was outside of 18 inches.
Yes.
So it made for, and then I had reserves, and the rest of my army came on in reserves, and it made for a really interesting game, and a game where we had to think about what you would be doing next. I had to think about what my opponent was going to be doing next all the time. Yep. Very, very interesting, like a game of cat and mouse. You know? Yeah. So as I was explaining to Nabil earlier, that inexperienced squad that I had, I feel like I used it so well.
Yeah.
You know? So I moved it from building to building, and I mainly used it to try and absorb your attention.
Yeah. So I think that's one thing we should not discount inexperienced squads.
Yeah.
When played well, they are actually really a big threat on the table.
I feel like inexperienced squads, while they are almost like disposable, in a way that's an advantage, because you might not see them as a huge threat.
Yep.
But also you might see them as an easy target.
Yes, correct.
And so if you use them correctly, I guess that can actually be a huge advantage.
Yeah, and considering how other inexperienced squads in other armies, they have the green rule where they can upgrade twice.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's something to think about when you're doing your list building and when you're playing the game itself.
Yeah.
So don't discount inexperience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I find the other thing that really helped me in this game was to be patient in key areas and let you go first. So always holding, like my flamethrower, although it never actually flamed anybody today.
Yep.
Just having it in the right area kept you thinking the whole time, when am I going to get barbecued, right?
Correct.
And so sometimes things like flamethrowers don't even have to flame.
Yeah.
Just being around
Correct.
can be quite effective, right?
Yeah. So it's basically the threat of having something there. You don't have to use it, just them being there, like you said, can cause a lot
like
of
our
problems.
mortars, right?
Yeah.
So neither of us were able to range in, right?
Correct. So I mean, both of our mortars did nothing, but they were good in trying to push our squads out, trying to make them go into positions which they might not have gone. So yeah,
I think you're right. So the threat of being shelled by mortars the next turn often made us. And both of us, I thought we played our mortars quite well, even though we weren't actually ranging in. I think we picked our targets quite well.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that game?
I enjoyed it. So it was my first time playing with the US. I played Airborne today.
US Airborne.
US Airborne today.
Yeah.
In terms of list building wise, I think it was a really fun way of trying to get veterans, plenty of veterans into a list. And it's just a joy playing with the Airborne today. Yeah.
I must say, neither of us disclosed our list to each other.
Yeah,
before
no.
the game. So I was like thinking, what am I going to do against these US Airborne? And I thought, I know you're going to be mobile, so you can move and shoot without penalty.
Yep.
And I know you're going to be veterans, so hard to kill.
Yep.
So my idea before this game was to pin you wherever I could, just to put pins in you. And I think it pretty much worked, right?
Yeah, pretty much worked. Yeah, pretty much worked.
Well, I hope to play you again soon.
Yeah, I have a few surprises for my Americans.
You always do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of painting after this. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for the game, my
Hey,
friend.
thanks, man. It was a great game.
Yeah.